Hey guys, Anime West Reacts here is gonna be my review for Owari no Seraph chapter 96, titled Queen Cruel. So we got Cruel on the cover page looking nice. So we start the chapter off where the last one left off with Cruel, Shinoa, and Mitsuba, or Shinoa and Mitsuba being drunk, saying, Shinoa saying, go Mitsu, capture the new boobs. And so yeah, Mitsu's like, yeah. So Cruel's just like, what on earth are you two doing? I'll kill you. And they try to grab her. She jumps out of the way. And Cruel is just like, I am the queen of the vampires. Are you seriously going to? And Shinoa's just like, gotcha. And she's like, I have you. So she grabs them by the face with her hands, pretty much, really. And she grabs Mitsuba by the neck and Shinoa by the face. She's like holding them down, and she's like, I am extremely tempted to kill you. And yeah, they barf pretty much because they're drunk. So yeah, they just both end up barfing on her. Like on her head and in her hands. And so she screams, jumps out the window. Then Kimazuki and Yuichiro come back. And so yeah, they're just like, what the heck? What's all the screaming? What happened in here? And so they come back to see Shinoa, Mitsuba, and Yoichi all passed out on the ground and like vomit everywhere. And so yeah, Kimi's like, why is the floor covered in barf, Yoichi? And he's just like, And so yeah, it's just like, surely what the heck happened? And he's like, yeah, and points to the window. And he's like, yeah, you're useless. And so Yu's like, where'd Ashiramaru's sister go? Pretty much. And so yeah, he's like, hey, Kimizuki, Ashiramaru's sister is gone. And he's like, what? Crap, this is super duper bad. She was going to teach me how to save Mika, but now she's gone. And he turns around and is like, Yoichi, what in the world? And so yeah, he's like, blarg. And he's just like, damn it. So yeah, Yoichi's useless, pretty much. So Yu's just like, let's go look around outside quick, and then Curl's back and she's like, that is not necessary, and they just say, huh. So she comes back with some new clothes, which are pretty nice. It says danger, do not touch, with like a shark on it, like a hoodie, pretty much. And so yeah, Curl's just like, there are many forces after us. What fool goes around wandering outside at a time like that? And then they look at each other and they're just like, didn't you just do that? Like, didn't you just go outside? The heck? And so he was like, why is your hair wet too? And she's like, I'm not answering that. And Kimizuki says, why are you wearing different clothes? And she's like, not answering that either. Because, yeah, after that, probably be something you don't want to talk about. And so Kurill's just like, human children are such a pain. I don't know why I tolerate you. So Yu's just like, you look way more like a kid to me, though. And she's like, just how old do you think I am? A vampire's rank is just decided by how thickly the first blood runs in them and how long they've lived. So he was like, maybe 3 years. And she's like, then I'd be an infant. So yeah, you just laughs, and Kimizuki's like, I can't believe you're actually teasing someone like her. And then it's like, she's a third progenitor, right? If she felt like it, she could kill us both without breaking a sweat. And she just kind of like looks back and smiles. And then yeah, she's like, finally, someone with common sense and a proper attitude. And then Yu's just like, nah, she won't kill us, we're friends. And she's like, what? Who's friends? And Yu's like, I mean, Mika was stuck with this, or stuck in the vampire world dying, and she saved him, and then she's like, kind of taken aback a bit. And then she's like flashing back to when she turned Mika saying, however, you have no choice. You will drink my blood and cease being human. You get screams. And then he is like, not only that, she's Ashramar's baby sister. That makes her like the closest of close family. And Kiyosuke is like, yeah, no. And then Krill says it's a Shira. Yeah. She says, Ashira Tepes, the one you call Ashiramaru is my brother. That's his true name. And he's like, really? Ashira Tepes? And Krill's like correcting him, saying Ashira Tepes. So yeah, he just keeps calling him Ashira. And yeah, she's like, you're doing this on purpose. And he's like, huh, no, I'm not. And he's just like, oh yeah, he's just that dumb, Majesty. Ignore him. And then yeah, she's like, I'd say it's far from just him. Everyone in here looks to be an utter fool, because yeah, everyone behind her is passed out, barf everywhere, and he's an idiot. So Kimizuki says, let me explain, and then she says, first, this place reeks of vomitus. I'm going to a different room, and yes, there's walk towards the wall, just pull it, and keeps walking through it. And then he's like, vomit what? What's that mean? And yeah, Kimizuki's like, vomitus, it's barf, basically. And then he's like, oh, barf, gotcha, but why'd these guys all barf? And yeah, they're all just kind of like, ugh, pretty much. Kimazuki kicks the can away. He's like, don't ask me, I don't get what morons think. So yeah, the can rolls around, and it's like, I mean, drinking now of all times, so dumb. And he's like, what? They had booze? I've never had any of it before. And then yeah, it's like, Kimazuki's like, I really don't want to hear that from two people who thought now was a great time for childish. Or Shinoa says that. I really don't want to hear that from two people who thought now was a great time for a childish fight. And then Kimazuki goes over to Yoichi and says, let your curse run rampant for a bit, speed up your metabolism, and it'll process the alcohol faster. And Yoichi's like, I did, and I feel really sick. And then Mitsuba's like, so do I. Curses and alcohol just don't mix. When I let mine loose, all of a sudden, all these weird desires started running through my mind. So, yeah, he just picks both of them up and, like, throws them on his, like, shoulders pretty much. Or, like, his forearms. Like, he's holding them like that. So they're like, whack. And yeah, Kimazuki picks up Yoichi. Shinoa blushes a bit. And she's like, Yuichiro, you don't need to carry me. And he's like, huh, why not? Why not? You feel sick, right? And she's like, but I threw up, bits of it might get on you. So he's like, so I don't care, we're all friends, right? And yeah. Shinoa just looks over at Mitsuba, who's blushing as well, and they're just like, And we go back to Cruel, and she's thinking, what's with that reaction? They both vomited all over me, and no remorse at all for that, none. So yeah, that ticks her off a bit, and so she's like, perhaps I really should rip a lot of them limb from limb. Kimazuki notices that her mood is getting worse, so he's just like, you're starting to look really scary. We should probably stop messing around and get serious. And he's just like, huh, I am serious. And I was like, no, I mean it. So yeah, now we got them all in front of Cruel in a different room, and so he was saying, so yeah, you were gonna teach me how to rescue Mika, right? Let's hear it. And she's just like, I don't like your attitude. That how you ask others for such a large favor? Who taught you manners? What adult tried to raise and failed so badly? Raised you and failed so badly? And he's like, good question. Who did? So we go into a flashback of you getting kicked. So yeah, it's Gurren, and he's like, idiot. Kids like you're weak. Do you really think you're gonna get revenge on vampires like that? Enough, you can't handle this. So you won't give up. He's like, yes, I can. I swear I'm gonna do it. Gurren's like, ha, look at the little kid crying. And he's like, I'm not crying. I said I'm gonna do it, stupid Gurren, so I'm gonna. And Gurren looks a bit happier. He says, then quit sitting there and get stronger, you dumb brat. So Yu charges at him again, saying, I'm gonna get my revenge. I swear I'm gonna kill all the vampires because they killed Mika. And back to the present, he's like, I guess you could say Gurren, it's Gurren who raised me. Kimazuki's like, don't know, don't care. Noah says, the lieutenant colonel does have an extremely bad attitude, yes. And then Yu's just like, yeah, then it's his fault. And yeah, Mitsubi's just like, hardly, you were born with a horrible attitude, and the Yoichi's just like, I think I'm sobering up. And then, yeah, I guess Kimazuki's like, come on, guys, we really ought to be serious. And then Kuro's thinking, sheesh, if I had raised them, none of them would have turned out this remotely this stupid. So she starts thinking back, because she's like, Michaela certainly didn't turn out this stupid. So we go back to her kicking him. And she is thinking, no matter how much I hit him, he refuses to say a peep. So she's telling him if it hurts to scream if you must, not that it will earn you any sympathy. Mika just says, it doesn't hurt, I can keep going. And then she says, oh, is that so? And then he's like grabbing a weapon and he's like, I'm. And then she's thinking again, he goes silence, but he's young. What he thinks is written on his face. And so yeah, Mika's like determined pretty much. So she's thinking, do you want to save you that badly? Is your mind so full of thoughts of him that it drives you to this insanity? And then Mika picks up the sword, says again, please, and yeah, rushes at her, kind of mirroring the Gurren thing, but she was a little bit, like, nicer, I guess. I don't know if nicer is even the right word. And so we go back to the present. See, something I can't make out. Her blocking from whenever Mika had like reawoken. Maybe that's what it was. But yeah, so back to when they're in the room, pretty much she's saying, so if you really want to rescue Michaela that badly, prove it. Stop fooling around and show me that you truly, sincerely want it. Otherwise, it wouldn't be fair to what he went through, pretty much, is what she thinks. Like, show me that you are really determined to do this, otherwise, it's not fair to what Mika went through, pretty much, of like how desperately he fought. How desperate are you, pretty much, is what she's saying. So Yu says, huh, are you saying I'm not acting sincere enough? Okay, then. And then he gets down and like a Dogeza type thing. Noah's like, what, Yuichiro? And then he's like, I apologize for my behavior. Please teach me how to rescue Mika. He's my family. His life is more important to me than my own. That's why I need to know how to save him, I beg you. So yeah, you got Shinoa, Kimazuki, Mitsuba, Yoichi, and Cruel thinking, ah yes, he has it just as badly, I see. Is this why? Is this what made you choose to possess him, brother? And then says, well, I guess I might if you actually listen to me. And then he's like, ooh, you will. She's like, silence, don't speak again. And he was like, oh, I'm not allowed to talk. And then Kimazuki says, hang on, Majesty, I'll shut him up for you. And Yoichi says, let's be quiet for now, Yuichiro-san. So yeah, then Cruel says, first things first, how much of the situation do you understand? Do you know why this is happening? So yeah, Mitsuba and Kimazuki look at each other, and then Shinoa's like pondering, or not Shinoa, but Cruel is like pondering pretty much, or like exasperated kinda. So she says, how many of you bear black demon weapons? And then Yoichi's like, black demon, I do. And then she says, raise your hand. So you got Yoichi, Kimazuki, and you all raising their hands. So she's like, alright, every faction in this conflict will be after you. Do you know why? Who are your enemies? Who are you rescuing? Who are you resisting, and to what purpose? And then Yu says, we don't know anything, we're just trying to survive. All we know is that we want to protect our family. So Krill stands up and says, okay, as of today, I will give you a purpose. I will tell you your enemies and teach you what plan you are to put into action. And so then she says, our current plan began 8 years ago, only slightly before the catastrophe destroyed the world. It was brought to me by one human woman, and yeah, her name was Mahiru Hiragi. So yeah, pretty good episode overall, or chapter overall. Hope y'all enjoy this reaction. If reaction / review, whatever you want to call it. If you did, make sure to leave a like, comment on the video, subscribe for more anime reaction reviews and manga reviews. Check links down below to my Twitter, Twitch, and Discord. And I'll see y'all next time. So yeah, later.